Reminder for when explaining in book how I got ranch huevos at I believe I pronounced that right this time at when I lived in El Paso at the public school in the mornings. And then I used to ask my father to make it for me until I was abused in New Mexico and they only saw me 1 hour a month. But anyways, I don't care about any of that. I care about the future. I got bigger injuries. I got more malpractice to come. I got way more suffering around the corner thanks to my father. So fuck that shit. I want to talk about what's going to happen next week to me because of him. Not because, I mean, when I say because of him, it's not like I'm making any choices here. The problem is the doctors have been misinformed by my mother and father, so they can't get a grip of what's going on. And as things get worse, my speech gets worse, and in 15 minutes, it gets harder and harder to explain in 15 minutes what's going on. Anyways, so I believe the pronunciation is ranch huevos, not rancheros. Now, chero and huevo are two different things in Spanish, and I was never good at Spanish and never pretended to be good at any other language. The best I know is nine in German. Now, here's the thing though. I was forced to take Spanish in El Paso, Texas, and while I was in New Mexico. Spanish was one of the only things that I remember taking for the first 3 months I was there. So I took 3 months of Spanish while in New Mexico, and it was mandatory to take Spanish in El Paso, Texas, in the schools. So they did have a little bit of Spanish you were supposed to know. But I wasn't fluent. I got to the colors, numbers, chairs, tables, stuff like that, bathroom. I was getting through the basics. By the time I was a year in, they cut off the teacher, and there was no teacher anymore. But it was nice for the first 3 months to use the computer. Now, I asked the staff member to load the Spanish class on the computer, and she had difficulty doing it. That's part of the problem is the staff members, they weren't like trained to do it, and maybe the teacher bring that software in from home. Excuse me, I have a Nicorette lozenge in my mouth. I was just watching something, and in Argentina, 20 street foods you gotta try before you die. And one of them was pounded ass cheeks, deep fried with uh, something, hueros.